say?
All I know is this violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
How are you?
Hey, who wants to help me get this recorder out of here? I need some muscle over here.
You're listening to Blame Your Brother.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back once again to Blame Your Brother. Episode 83 is here, and we are going to come at you. I hear there's some basketball thing going on, but who cares about that? This is much more important. So welcome to Blame Your Brother. We are streaming live on YouTube. You go to blameyourbrother.tv. You can join us, and if not, you can check out past episodes there. So get it done, people. So there's three of us that come to the show every week. I'm 1/3 of that. I am David, a.k.a. D. Brew, voice of the people, Mr. 40%, Glenn Jackson, Spiritual Midget, so many more. But I'll get the show going. I'm joined by the guy to the left of me. It's my brother. It's Lee.
What up, everyone? I am the one, the only, I don't know, what is it? So the real 60% and the LeBron safety pin. That's it.
And the dog barking. And I'm joined by the guy to the right of me. It's the one, it's the only, it's John.
Hey everybody, John here, a.k.a. Tico, Daddy Fat Stacks, Mr. Groupon, and known the world over as the Madman.
They got John Tortorella, a madman. They do a madman. Okay, he's a madman.
There you go. So that's three of us, and we're going to get going here. And before we get started, before this train gets moving, every week we do the same thing. You guys shouldn't be too surprised, but we have a legal team. They listen to episodes. They have to, man. And we have to go around and offer apologies, retractions. I'll start with you this week. John, is there anything you said last week's episode or before, whatever? Anything you need to apologize for, retractions, anything like that?
I am standing firm with everything I have said on last week's episode and previous episodes.
All right, there we go. Then we'll go Lee, the one and only, Mr. LeBron James. Do you have anything you need to apologize for? Take back?
I don't know.
Okay, awesome. All right, and then me? No, I'm good. All right, so we're going to move on. We're going to get going.
I was thinking you would for sure apologize.
Top of the show, I want to squash something, get rid of it. I'm not going to mention any names because if you're a long-time listener, you'll know who it is. If you're a new listener, it won't matter who it is. We had a listener that kind of just stopped, that dropped out of the Blame Your Brother atmosphere. You know, we mentioned this person a couple of times, and it was kind of weird. I was like, what happened to this person? And I found out they blocked us on Twitter, which was odd. So I reached out to him and kind of just said, hey, what's up? Did we do something to offend you? And didn't really get an answer. They actually said they never really liked the show to begin with.
Why are we talking about this?
It's just
what is your point in this?
Our point is, are the people that tune in the show, they're not just fans, they're not just listeners, they're not blind. They're not just cardboard cutouts to us. They're important to us, and when someone goes off the grid, we miss them. We do miss them, and they are important to us. That's our point.
Very good, very good. So it's just odd that someone you thought, like you said, these are friends and almost family to some degree, and when you learn this, it's kind of
especially when it seems that they are extremely invested in the show.
Yes, very much so.
And then they say they weren't interested in the first place. That statement doesn't seem to hold water.
Now, like these people are dead to you once they stop listening.
No,
you stop listening, you're dead to me.
If they were dead to us, we wouldn't need to bring it up.
Exactly.
Y'all just are so easily easily butthurt.
We value the people that take time to invest into the show, and I just wanted to put that out there.
I think that's a difference between a lot of people. Especially like the keyboard warriors.
Mm-hmm.
You got me and David seem to be pretty upset about this one person that we felt we knew. Whereas the keyboard warriors get so upset about people they've never met.
You see what he did there, right? It's just, I'm not going to say names, but it starts with an L and ends with an E.
Let him finish his point.
But, it's just, we desire that personal connection, and there are others out there that will blindly serve those that they've never met. To me, the ones that I've made connections with, whether it be selfish or not, outweigh those that don't.
Yeah.
So John, you love corny expressions, so this is for you.
I do love corny expressions.
If you love something, you have to set it free. And if it was meant to be, it'll come back.
I mean, we're not stalking the person. We just. So I mean,
the light
well,
stalking.
well, let's go on the
light
okay.
stalking.
So that happened. Whatever. We just, just kind of weird. So if you ever feel like we truly said something that bothered you, I mean, seriously, reach out to us because I'd like to have a conversation. I'm not going to say anybody's going to change their view on things, but it's nice to have a conversation with people. So
we really do care about the people that tune in, and especially those that interact with us.
Can I
ahead.
just say something on that vein?
Go ahead.
Kind of to talk about kind of the same kind of thing. It's like one of the greatest things about the show, and we used to talk about this very early on in the life of the show, was like how everyone was so derisive in this country and like pulling people apart because their opinions were different. So I really like the fact that this show has a wide variety of opinions.
That's true.
And we try to be. I mean, we joke about things, and a lot of things we say are like in jest.
Yes.
If you don't get that and this show's not for you, that's understandable.
That's true, yeah.
But at the end of the day, we really try to be open to new ideas and different people.
Yeah, 100%. Now, on the flip side, there's a certain show that's been trashing us the last couple of weeks, and we're not going to stand for this. This is ridiculous. These are people we hung out with,
one of which has been on the show.
Comp My Pod lately has been taking shots at Blame Your Brother, and we're not going to stand for it, okay? We know what you've been saying. I listen, so I know what you guys have been saying about us. And, I mean, some of it's about John. But, look, it doesn't matter. I know what you're saying about this show. And to put, and is in the chat from Jason, says they can do what I do and just mute John as it goes along. So if that's what you need to do for the show to work, no,
that's probably a good idea. Kudos, Jason.
This week, Comp My Pod took a shot and said, basically, we were full of toxic masculinity. Now, I'm going to defer to Lee for what even that means, because that sounds like something somebody from the left would say. What is toxic masculinity?
We talked about this, I believe.
Yeah, go ahead.
We were talking about rolling coal.
What do we say?
It's like, it's like it's like kind of like the main theme of locker talk, right?
Okay.
Just like also like men don't cry.
Oh, okay, yes, okay.
It's a man's place to be in the head of the household, and if a woman's above you, you got to bring them down or something.
I mean, some of those things are very
mean,
true.
It's going to mean different things to different people.
But some of those things are dead on. So which ones are we offended by? I mean, the woman being in the house or what?
I don't know. You tell me.
Okay, I was just curious which one kind of stood out as something that's wrong for you. But no, we're going to be watching you guys. You keep taking your little pot shots at us and all that. This is going to be a day of reckoning, okay? That's all I'm saying. You keep talking smack. There's going to be
Is this a formal declaration of podcast war?
The battle lines have been drawn.
Yeah, the Monday Night Wars have moved to Thursday, and this is the Thursday Night Wars. So you don't want D. Brew coming at you 100%. That ends badly for you, okay?
And he's ready to bring that thunder.
I'm ready. So you just watch your backs.
It would be the first podcast you destroyed, that's for sure.
That's true. It might not be the last. So, all right. So, anyways.
Usually he just has to be on it.
But go check out Comp My Pod, and you can find out what they said about us and agree or disagree. Let us know. So there you go. All right. So let's go ahead. I guess we're going to get the show moving along. What you guys do anything interesting this past week? Lee, I'll start with you. Anything?
No, I've just been heavily working. I don't know about you guys, but this is just a time of year that's super busy for me. Been like staying up all night, slaving over a hot server, sliding bits around, that kind of thing.
Fun. Bitcoin 2.0. All right, John, what about you?
We went to they have a Madame Tussauds wax museum.
Ah, okay.
And,
I'm glad you brought this up.
We
been waiting for this.
went with the wife and the kiddo to go check that out.
How was it?
It's interesting.
So who are some highlights? I mean, did they have?
It was all music people.
Okay, gotcha.
All music people.
Yeah.
Not anyone that's just associated with TV or movies. And it's kind of like a history of music type of thing. Billie Holiday.
Okay.
Where was this at?
And it's in
Nashville.
Yeah.
Can I just say something to you, John? And I'll let you finish your story.
Here we go.
Don't take this the wrong way, John.
That means, for those out there who don't know, that means I'm going to say something that is pretty much intended for you to take the wrong way.
Don't take this the wrong way, John. But you seem like the kind of person that would go to a wax museum and post a bunch of pictures of it online. I'm just going to drop that and leave it there.
I did it when I went to New York.
I mean, that's what. Who doesn't? Who goes to a wax museum and doesn't take pictures?
Oh, okay.
I took like 100 pictures when I went to New York's Madame Tussauds. So
100 pictures of just the wax museum?
me and the wax museum, yeah.
Like selfies, yeah. Like
Okay,
who doesn't do that? That's the norm.
I don't understand. You're going to have to explain like what the attraction is to taking your image with wax people.
Just funny, man.
Like I get it, like maybe one or
Because-
two, but you just said 100, and then like how many did you take?
Oh, I didn't even post a quarter of the ones.
That's
that
what
I
I'm
took.
saying. Like y'all guys are just click, 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 click,
Yeah.
click. Like what? I don't.
Because they're renditions of famous people, and you get to be in a picture with somebody that looks like they're famous.
Yeah, that's pretty. It's just for fun, man. Like I was taking
And
pictures.
especially, I mean, like in the one here, it's like I said, it's music people, and
Right.
for all three of us, music is an extremely important part of our lives. And so, I mean, just to to be able to lean up against the wall with Bob Dylan or sit at a table with Bruce Springsteen. I mean,
There you go.
I mean, it's not quite the same. I'm sorry.
of course, it's not the same, but I mean,
Okay, well, I've got one for you. There's a wax museum where it's like a religious tour, and they buy like old wax. What do you call them? Dummies or mannequins? I don't know. What do you even call them?
Sure, figures or whatever.
Figures. They buy old wax figures that are all like messed up, and they repurpose them as like biblical figures. So it's like a really ugly Johnny Cash as like Joseph in the
no.
manger.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. You Google it or whatever.
All
I'm
right,
sure it'll
Google
come up.
that. So anyway, okay. So you went to that. You had a good time, fun time.
Yeah.
If you ever go to New York, that's the epic one, man. It's like three stories and everybody, you know.
So who is your favorite?
my favorite was probably.
Dead air.
Okay, moving on.
I mean, probably Elvis.
Elvis. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, and
You look like don't take this the wrong way, but you look like the kind of person that would say Elvis.
Wow.
What does that mean?
I'll tell you when you're older.
What would you say? I mean,
Who was my favorite wax figure?
like
Not Elvis. I don't. I'm assume that are you basing it off the
I'm basing on the ones that I saw there.
But are you basing it on the wax figure or just like the musician's career?
A little of both.
Okay, so there you go.
All right. So anyway, there you go. So yeah.
So what did you do?
I went to Indiana for a martial arts tournament, I should say, and my son Jake got first place in form and second place in weapon form.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, he did.
Wait, weapon form. Go into detail. What's that?
So he has a sword, and he has like moves associated with it. His for the sword is like old school samurai type stuff.
Does he use like a kendo stick?
A sword, like a wooden sword.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and so he has moves.
Is it like to mimic a katana blade or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. So
Have you
it's-
bought him a fedora yet?
not yet.
You should work on that, man.
Should I? A fedora? What does that have to do
Get him
with?
working on like the little
I mean,
stubble growth.
if he had a whip as his weapon, I mean,
I was with you. I thought it was cool until John said kendo stick. Then I was like, oh my god,
What?
this
I didn't
child's.
know. I was trying to get a depiction for our listeners
All I'm
of
saying
what it
is,
was.
make sure your child does not know the words "my lady." Okay, like make sure
What is?
you know what I'm saying.
What movie are you?
What are you
quoting right
talking
now?
about?
What are you?
I
talking
thought he was
about?
talking about like Indiana Jones, and then he went somewhere else.
My lady,
Yeah.
like he's a nerd. Is that like a
like a
hipster?
neck beard or whatever? You've never
What?
seen that? Wearing the fedora and saying "my lady" or
Well,
whatever.
yes, I've seen that, but
yes, that one.
I don't know what it has to do with karate.
Kendo sticks.
That's in wrestling, man.
I've been working. I've been working the way of the blade.
Now wait a
since I
second.
was
Wait
young.
a minute.
I once won a tournament in Kentucky.
You used to play
My
with,
lady.
with foam swords and foam axes.
Yeah, this is.
Okay.
Don't follow me, okay? Like I'm telling
Hey,
you.
I'm just saying. You okay.
I mean,
I'm
just for the
sorry.
purpose of a kata or a martial arts pattern. I mean,
Yeah.
a kendo stick could represent another type of weapon. That's why I was asking.
Lee's on the attack tonight.
Of course
if
he
you have
is.
not noticed.
Attack.
I know
He's
on the attack.
he's coming out swinging. Apparently,
Swinging, hitting air, but yeah,
Yeah.
he is swinging.
Okay, whatever. Kendo sticks are cool.
Adam from the chat says, as a neck beard wielding wrestling fan, I find this offensively.
Okay, first off, I didn't say anything about wrestling, but if you want me to, I can start.
Are you insulting the listeners now that are live in the chat right now? Is that your name of the game tonight? All right.
I guess if he can't get us, he's going to inquire to the listeners.
Adam, boom, you're dead.
You're
Boom,
dead.
roasted.
You're dead to me, you neckbeard.
Okay, enough of neckbeards. That's what I did this weekend. All right,
Good job.
Let's go ahead.
Congratulations to Jake, by the way.
Thanks. So
Yeah, that is super cool.
except he needs a neck beard and a fedora.
I tell him, don't let him go down that path. That he didn't use a kendo stick.
No, it was a
so don't let him pick up a kendo stick.
Okay, there you go. Major key.
Okay.
Don't pick up a kendo stick. Write that down because that's probably going to be it for the day.
I'm getting Jake a kendo stick for Christmas.
There you go.
You would.
The war has officially begun. Us against Comp Pod and these two against each other.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get some news out of the way. We had somebody passed away this past weekend that was.
It wasn't this weekend. It was.
I'm sorry, this week, right? Yeah, it was like just a couple of days ago.
On Pi Day.
Oh, Pi Day, yeah. Stephen Hawking passed away on Pi Day, which was kind of crazy because that's the day Albert Einstein was born, and then the day he was born, somebody.
There was a couple other science. People.
But somebody really famous died on the day he was born, Stephen Hawking. So it was like a circle of like just all these really, geniuses pretty much. Let's call it what it is. Stephen Hawking, I watched the movie and I know there were some problems.
That theory of everything.
Yeah. The movie was all right, but it did there were a lot of people that thought he did his initial wife wrong because he left her for the nurse that was caring for him. So there's some controversy that obviously followed him, but somehow along the way of getting this, terrible disease that struck him when he was, just an adult, they didn't think he lived 2 years. I don't think. I don't even know if he, if that was happening, but he did. He went on to do a lot with his life. He always had a good sense of humor. Whenever I saw him on like news or talk shows or things like that, he was always ripping on people.
You're going to knock me for saying it, but he was on a Big Bang Theory quite a few times.
Yeah, there you go. It all comes together right there.
That show's already redeemed itself in my eyes, for sure.
It's interesting. He was a scientist. Obviously, he was an atheist as well, though. He had he loved physics.
What's funny about him leaving his wife or the nurse?
What's that?
That woman beat him.
Oh, the nurse did?
New one.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. He must have been into pain or something. I don't know.
How do you beat someone that's in a wheelchair? That just seems so...
Well, I'm sure it was tough caring for him. Maybe she was frustrated with him.
I can imagine frustration being a huge part of it, but there's no excuse for it.
No, but he was a tough person to be around, from what I understand. Of course, this guy, this mind of his was one of the most brilliant minds on the earth, and his physical body was nothing. So I'm sure that was frustrating for him as well. But
I wonder if like he viewed other people's minds as feeble as his body was to him.
Good point. I never thought about that. Well, Jason in chat says, but did he even have any feeling? The beatings might not have hurt. So there you go. So I guess it was
too soon.
It was all good.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So Stephen Hawking was famous for having a computer voice because he couldn't talk. He only had control of his eyes. Only had control of one finger, right? And like there was always, he's from Britain, right? But a lot of people said the voice was American. A lot of people said it was Irish. Some other people said that it was European. So whatever, it's the Stephen. Like you always recognize the Stephen Hawking's computer voice, right?
Yeah.
So if you suddenly were diagnosed with MLS and was in a wheelchair and could only communicate through a computer voice, what voice would you pick? Would you pick someone famous, or would you make something up on your own?
James Earl Jones all day.
Give us a little sample of how that would go.
I don't know if I can do a James Earl Jones, but that's why I would. Luke, I am your father. I don't know.
It's just you be going, like rolling around, just going, Luke, I am your father.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest voices of our generation. That or Morgan Freeman would be a lot of people's choice. What about you? Who do you have in mind?
I don't know. John immediately said yes. I don't know. I might have to think about it.
John, who do you think you'd go for?
I'd go for Robin Williams because he does all those characters, and so you'd have many voices at your disposal.
Not a bad idea. Adam said he would pay for a Benedict Cumberbatch talk box. So,
should I know who that is? I don't even know.
He played Stephen Hawking in the movie.
Oh,
No, not in that movie.
Oh, that was the other guy.
That was Eddie
Oh
Redmayne.
man, I get those dudes mixed up.
Eddie
That's what I'm
Redmayne.
saying.
That's hilarious.
Benedict Cumberbatch was he did Sherlock. He was Doctor Strange.
Oh, he was in Jessica Jones.
So why would
No.
you? Why would
Nope.
you want
It's
to?
another guy. Oh my God.
You're thinking of David Tennant.
Oh man. But they were both Doctor Who, right?
Why would you
I
want
don't,
him as a?
I don't think Benedict Cumberbatch was
Was
ever
he not
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who?
I don't think so.
Man, I'm all out of sorts then.
What else did he do? One big thing. Yeah, he was also in Star Trek Into Darkness. He played Kong.
Oh yes, okay, in the new one, yes, he
Is
did.
Doctor Strange? Did you already say that?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I thought for sure he was on.
There's
there.
that also that movie about code breaking.
Swordfish.
No.
Oh, he's just been on Doctor Who. Okay,
Hackers.
All right.
Yeah. I would
All
probably
right.
go with Pee Wee Herman.
So obviously, yeah, that'd be a good one. Obviously, I can't tell British people apart. That's good to know. We discovered that today. I just confused 3 British actors all as the same person. I was like, oh my God, you sure those aren't the same guy? Okay, Doctor Strange. Yes, there you go. All right.
Well,
There
Doctor
you
Who, Doctor Strange. I mean, whatever.
So let us know in the chat or let us know on social media if you had to have a voice talk box, whose voice would you prefer as your voice?
Also,
Not a bad question.
we should probably say, Stephen Hawking radiation was an amazing scientific theory as well.
Amen.
Out of
brother.
all his accomplishments we picked out, the Big Bang Theory, talk boxes, I'm going to go with Hawking's radiation.
Sure. Amen to what you said.
Actually, I thought Lee brought up the talk box.
Yeah, I think you did.
Pay no
So-
attention to the man behind.
Oh, well, it's all good.
So we got to get to this story, I think.
All right, go ahead.
'Cause
Hit
I
it.
saw this on Twitter,
Okay.
and
no.
I wanted to instantly spew forth all the vitriol and hate
Okay,
in the world, but I thought I would save it.
here's the story. Jack White doesn't understand what DJ Khaled does. So Jack White, I used to love Jack White. He was one of my favorite musicians.
I'm still a fan.
You're not a
He's
fan anymore?
weird. He is
not
weird.
anymore. No,
definitely.
What?
he's
You
just-
retroactively removed your fanship?
I'll still listen to White Stripes, but his new stuff I have no interest in listening to.
Well, you know what he said?
What did he say?
He said he is the solo Whites, like he is like the White Stripes.
That's what I'm most offended by at the end of this article. It's not even what he said about DJ Khaled, because let's be honest. DJ Khaled should be everyone's hero. This guy has, I don't know what talent he has. He can't sing. He doesn't rap, but yet every album has his name on it. And all he does is just go, "We the best music." And then he just repeats 2 phrases and then he's on every track. So no offense. He's obviously a great producer, I would imagine, people think he is because everyone's signing up to be on his album. So he's got some kind of skill where he's getting, dude, you name every rapper that's out
I think
there.
he sold his soul.
Might have. Jay-Z, the Migos. There's so many people I can't even remember. Just if you name a hot rap artist, they've done tracks with him.
So have
Justin
you heard
Bieber,
this song? What is it?
We the best music.
Wild Thoughts.
No, all of his songs are very similar, I guess. But
So Jack White's thing was it's not a sample, it's a cover, but it's not even a cover. It's just DJ Khaled playing the song Wild Thoughts.
Okay, I'm sorry. So, yes, Jack White's attacking this new song by DJ Khaled called Wild Thoughts, and he says it samples Maria Maria by Santana, who also was notorious for being on records and just playing guitar and then getting the cut when
Well,
other
wait
people...
a second. That's a little bit more understandable because Santana was an amazing
Is it in the
guitar
rap game?
player.
Is it in the rap game?
Well, you just said DJ Khaled cannot rap.
No, but he's making the beats.
But
Dr.
is he?
Dre made
So DJ Khaled makes the beats.
As far as he's a
Well,
producer.
Jack White's saying that he's just using the same.
Well,
he's not even sampling
But
them.
you could argue that against rap in general. If you want to play that, I've heard many rap songs that are exactly the same beat as another rap song. I'm like, whoa, that's
or regular songs.
Yeah, I was like, that's bold. One of them was Tupac's "I'm a Straight Rider." I heard another rapper rapping over that exact same song, different. I was like, what is going on right here? Is that? But that's rap. It's acceptable. If you did that in rock, you'd be crucified. Well, you'd be sued. Number one, that'd be straight up copyright.
Tom Petty and was it Sam Smith?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then most recently, the girl Saint Vincent or whoever her name is or somebody was sued by Radiohead because they sold the song just because it kind of sounded the same. So I don't know, rap gets away with it, I guess, because it's sampling or whatever. But Jack White is upset about DJ Khaled. Jack White's kind of like an old man of rock and roll. Just kind of yelling at other people. Most notorious thing he's yelling about is that in Nashville, when he's going through his divorce, apparently he got out of his car near where the Black Keys lived at, because they live in Nashville. Apparently he got out of his car and was like screaming at him, "You stole my gimmick, you stole my sound, that was mine." So he was upset at the Black Keys for stealing his essence, his music. I mean, the dude's a weird guy. He beat up one of the Von Bondies because he said he didn't give him enough credit as producer of their album. Like, beat him up badly. I don't know. Go check that out. You Google that. I
don't see the problem.
I mean, he's just kind of weird. And then he's acting like he was, he could do a White Stripes reunion. Dude, you can't do a White Stripes reunion without Meg White. That's stupid. That's like any band. I hate when bands get together and it's like, main members aren't in the band and they're still calling that the band. No, dude, that's not the band anymore. The thing that was great about the Beatles and Led Zeppelin is that once it was over, dude. They're like, yeah, we're done.
No, the Led Zeppelin went on.
Well, they didn't
years
make
after.
They didn't make any more albums,
but they still toured.
Well, that's different. But I'm talking about they would not make any more albums once John Bonham died because they said he was an essential part of Led Zeppelin's.
I mean, that makes sense.
Songs, But if he puts the White Stripes back together with another drummer, it's going to be lame.
What if it wasn't? What if it was like we found out Meg White was a fraud and like the new drummer he brings in is 100 times better?
We've seen her play on stage. What are you talking about?
Did
he create a robot or something?
I like Meg White. I'm saying, what if the White Stripes got a new drummer?
Well, they wouldn't be the White Stripes.
And they came out and they called themselves the White Stripes, and it was 100 times better than the old White Stripes.
But the whole point of why the White Stripes worked was the simplicity of the drumming.
What if the new drummer is so much more straightforward, simplistic that it blows away everything that the old White Stripes did? And we see the underfallings of Meg White, and we understand what the White Stripes should have been instead of what the White Stripes were.
Lee, no one's sitting saying Meg White's a great drummer. I mean, but I'm saying that was the band. I mean, that's just what happened. Can you imagine Nirvana reformed after Kurt Cobain
Okay, what about
died
AC/DC?
with another vocalist? It was
What about
much better?
AC/DC?
Well, I mean, there are rare exceptions.
That's what
to
I'm
the rule.
saying. Like, you're acting like it's unheard of that bands form after members die.
Well, I wasn't around. I wasn't alive when obviously AC/DC did. I wasn't aware. I was alive. But, I mean, if I was a big AC/DC Bon Scott guy, I probably would have been upset for sure. But luckily, by the time I knew AC/DC, I knew both singers, so I could jump back and forth. I love the White Stripes is what I'm trying to tell you. Like,
here's another example. Elvis Presley, obviously in his young career, he was one type of musician.
Right.
In his later career, he played Vegas.
But that's
he was
fine.
like fat, sweaty Elvis in Vegas.
He still had the voice. He still was doing roughly
but not
the same
songs. Not the same.
Come
not
on,
the same.
John, back me up on this.
It's what was different besides, I mean,
so
the
that's what
flair
I'm saying.
of the show.
So that's what I'm saying. If the
he became more of a showman.
That's what I'm saying. The White Stripes come out and it's Jack White playing to a simple like that. What you're saying, like Meg White, like. Things change.
The White Stripes are Meg White and Jack White, and that's
the thing
it.
is, people came to a White Stripes show for the White Stripes, not for Jack White.
No,
and
they
some
came
drummer.
for Jack White. Okay, let's be honest.
I mean, I
you
can't argue against that.
And let me tell you who. I wasn't there. I don't know, but I'm almost positive that Meg White probably didn't even play all the drums on the album. She did.
No, she did.
That's a certifiable fact.
He said it before in interviews, unless he was lying.
Well,
he said before, his previous statement was, "There's no White Stripes without Meg." His exact quote before this article came out,
Back it up.
years
We
back.
the best.
He basically said, "If Meg White doesn't want to do it, we'll never do White Stripes again." Now
the tune has changed.
The tune has changed because of what? His new songs aren't as good? That's possible. I don't know. I just say, what are you doing taking shots at DJ Khaled? It's not even the same genre as you. That's dumb.
It's because of the Oscar thing.
Well, Jack White just annoys me.
He came at the Oscars and he said, like, I never thought I would. They told me I would never win an Oscar. That's what DJ Khaled said, right? And Jack...
A Grammy.
A Grammy. And Jack White's response was, what, were you like eating lunch and they just came up to you and were like, you're never going to win a Grammy?
Well, I think part of DJ Khaled's
Jack White was obviously high, okay?
But the thing about probably all the time, but DJ Khaled thing is his big thing. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's always saying people said I couldn't do this, I can't do that. Now he's rich beyond belief. I mean,
so they were right. He can't. But just because he's got money, that we should look past his faults?
What's his fault, though? I mean, I don't think he said he's a great singer or a great rapper.
Always saying we the best when he's not really the best.
we the best music.
But it's not the best music.
Well, no, of course not. But he thinks it's the best music, man. Okay, like every band at that top of the game thinks they're the best music. Nickelback thought they were great music, but they're not. They suck.
John,
I agree.
Okay, thank you. And there's many bands we could go down, but and DJ Khaled's on the Weight Watcher system right now. He's a spokesperson for Weight Watcher, and apparently Jason said he's lost 26 pounds. So there you go. Good job, DJ Khaled. But anyway, Jack White, yeah, he's just kind of a douchebag. But I will put this out. Our buddy Ender, who listens to the show every once in a while, said that he did a video shoot for the new band, the Dead Weather, and he said Jack White was a super nice guy. He said he came over there, talked to him, and all kinds of good stuff. So, you know, I don't know. So we're having some technical problems with the camera right now. But to say that, go to the next news story. We'll see if we can get this working in between that. But anyways, but Ender did say he was a super nice guy. Came over, made time to come over and say hello to him. He said he was very impressed and everything he'd heard about him. He didn't know if it was true or not. So, all right. So I'm going to step up. I'm going to change this camera out real quick. And you two are going to talk about, this ought to be good because I want to hear this. Bruno Mars, cultural appropriation. People are saying that Bruno Mars is a culture vulture. Culture vulture. I don't know how you say that. All the SD cards full. Okay, I'll fix that.
A cultural vulture.
Culture vulture.
Culture vulture.
Hard for me to say right now. So what do you think? So number one, what are your thoughts on Mr. Bruno Mars, John?
I mean, he's popular. I'm not his biggest fan. I mean, I don't like him a whole lot.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I wouldn't have guessed that. Okay. Well, Lee, what are your thoughts on Bruno Mars?
I would have thought John was a huge Bruno Mars
I
fan.
love. Now I will go on record and say I love Bruno Mars.
So what? I don't understand. Who are these people calling him a culture vulture?
So there is a woman, a black blogger, that said he's not black and he presents his music as it's black music. So she believes that the reason people like him so much, specifically I'm assuming white fans, is because he presents himself as kind of black culture to the people. So she's saying that that the crowds aren't ready for a true black artist like Prince or Michael Jackson in this day and age, which is kind of ridiculous to me. But
what?
Wait, what?
Yeah, they're not ready. The reason they like him is because he's what
is he, like a gateway drug for black music?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's what they're saying.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That's cultural appropriation. Whenever people say things like that, that's what they're talking about. They're saying basically like he's like Elvis. Speaking of Elvis from earlier, that Elvis stole the black man's music and made it presentable to white audiences, and that's how he sold it. They said the same thing about music. I mean, Chuck D said Elvis wasn't,
I mean, they said the same thing. They said like Jerry Lee Lewis took church music and turned it into rock music.
Yeah, well, that's true. But I'm just saying, like, where's the line at with where you can be an artist? Like, can you borrow from R&B? Can you borrow from gospel if you're a white artist? Is that acceptable or not? That's really the question that's being posed here. I thought everybody loved Bruno Mars, man. It's a shock to me that people don't love the guy. I thought he was, but anyway, I mean, when he does the Super Bowl shows, they've been some of the best Super Bowl performances there been.
Bruno Mars?
Yeah.
What's name some of his music?
24 Karat Gold.
How does that one go?
24 Karat Magic in the Air Tonight.
It's like generic music, though.
Locked Out of Heaven.
Locked Out of Heaven. Hand Grenade.
You're So Amazing.
Basic.
Well,
Trite.
Anyway.
Regurgitate it.
So basically, the woman is Siren Sensei. She said, basically, the issue is we want our black culture from non-black bodies, is what she's saying. And that's why she hates Bruno Mars, because... I
mean, how does she feel about Eminem?
I would love to ask her.
I have a feeling that she doesn't like a lot of white people, period, would be my guess. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't really know her.
Is that her in the Orioles jersey?
Yes, and she's holding court right there. I mean, she's going off on him. But like I said, the main point she's making is that the mainstream...
I wonder if she's upset that the most popular, most well-known Oriole is a white guy.
Yeah. But are basically saying that the mainstream audience is not ready for a true black artist with a black sound.
Is that true? Does she have a point?
I mean, Jay-Z is really well accepted by the mainstream, and
so like Bruno Mars and JC's don't occupy the same space of music, do they?
No,
JC's
they
more of
don't.
a rapper, which
Right.
I
Hey,
would
what
say-
about Usher?
Usher's, well, okay, yeah. I mean, I would ask her that too. You're right, but she's talking about Bruno Mars specifically because Bruno Mars is not black at all. He's, he's half. I mean, I think his mom's white and his dad's
Polynesian or
something like that. So that's her beat.
So
there.
is he like? Obviously,
I mean, but
I don't know a lot about Bruno Mars.
What part of his music is like black music? I
Yeah,
don't.
is he coming across? Is he?
With 24 Karat Gold, a lot of people said that he basically borrowed that from like 70s music,
Like Motown
stuff,
or
stuff like that. Yeah.
So
But I'm with you. I'm like so as well. But I mean, that's her point. So, but this is an argument. Like I said, Elvis was like your big one. I mean, that was the knock on Elvis. It still is to this day that he basically stole the black sound and made it popular. So,
But I mean, there was other people that came out with Elvis. Again, same scenario. I mean, Chuck Berry is the same time frame.
So, do you think the world is ready for?
As this article was talking about, the guy literally said, if I could find me a white person that would make the black music, I could make a fortune because I could sell it to the masses. That's the point. Is that Chuck Berry could do it, but they'd have more success if the music was equal, because of the race misalignment or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
the cultural appropriation.
Basically, we're not ready for it. Even though there was Prince and Michael Jackson,
beforehand,
right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
But is her point like that?
I think she was just trying to find something to complain about, and he came up on her show, TV.
I'm confused. What is her desired outcome?
She wants a black artist to be as popular as Bruno Mars, with the black sound, with the R&B sound.
Here's the thing: there's a lot of black artists that are 1,000 times better than Bruno Mars will ever be.
I don't know.
Ever has been. Okay, that's what Bruno Mars is. All right, a has been.
No, what are you talking about? He's one
in my opinion.
He just came out with an album last year.
David is going on right. This is me, David, speaking. I love Bruno Mars. I think he's talented. I think he's great. I just don't understand. Once again, are people just really to pile on to things that are popular just because that gets some views, it gets some hits? Is that really what this is about?
I think
that's what it's about.
I think she's legitimately concerned about
with
it.
her 3 million views. Yeah, I'm sure.
I think she's legitimately concerned about it. I think that her circle of friends probably put a lot of thought into these type of topics and issues on a daily basis.
That's true, and I guess we're 3 white guys. So, but I was just coming out from the white perspective. I mean, that's the only one I can come at it from.
What would we look at? How would we be viewed if we went the opposite way? What if we started complaining about Charlie Pride and Cowboy Troy?
We'd be roasted, man.
Exactly.
So I get you on that.
I don't know. This is so silly to me. Like, why is race even? Like, if race is legitimately an issue, I get it. But I feel like music should be judged on the basis of music. And anyone that doesn't judge music on that, I don't understand.
Well, I'd agree. Yeah. All right, speaking of music, let's go to this other story. Katy Perry is one of the judges on American Idol this year. Boy, her career is moving. And so what she did this week was there was a kid on there, and they were joking on him about, if he wanted to kiss a girl or whatever, because, that was one of her songs. Obviously, I kissed a girl. And he's like, I haven't kissed anyone because I'm waiting till I date someone I'm genuinely interested in them before I share my first kiss. So like, oh, well, come over here. She's like, I'll give you a kiss on the cheek. And so she gave him a kiss on the cheek. She's like, let me kiss the other cheek. And when he's turning, she kissed him on his lips. And so now people are like, wait a second now. That's not really cool, man. I mean, is this not one of the Men Too movements right here? Is this not a Men Too movement? I mean, can you imagine?
No, it's not.
Let's imagine. Hold on. Let's imagine Katy Perry is a 30-year-old male artist, and this is an 18-year-old female that comes up and pulls the same stuff right here. You telling me that would be totally acceptable?
He would be crucified.
Well, here's the difference. Okay, we're watching a Hollywood TV show that's produced This guy knew exactly what was going to happen.
No,
he was in on it from the beginning. Everyone on there was in it from the beginning. There was no secret surprise like, oh, I'm going to pull a
He
fast
fell
one
down
out.
on the ground when she did
Come
it.
on it.
I mean,
That must mean it's. I've never seen anyone act falling down like that's world famous, I guess.
All right, do you have a who's to blame this week? Because this would be a good one right here.
All right, here you go. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
it is time for who's to blame. Before we hit the sounder, well, we'll explain it after the sounder. It's time for the who's to blame segment.
Tell me who's to blame. Yeah, tell me who's to blame. Yeah, tell me who's to blame. Won't tell me who's to blame.
All right, who's to blame? What we do, we take a topic that has sides on it for sure. So there's three. So we pick two of us. One of us goes pro that topic, and the other one goes anti that topic. You have to defend it to the best of your ability, even if you don't necessarily agree with it 100%. You have to sell it. It's almost like a debate, a little debate club. So
What's the
this
topic?
week's
American Idol?
This week's no, not American Idol.
Please, let's do American
Was
Idol.
Katy Perry wrong for kissing this man without his permission?
It's not.
Lee?
We should do a topic. I'm out on this one.
No,
This
you're
is
not.
You and John. this
Okay,
week.
John.
'Cause your topic's
which
lame.
side do you want, John? You want?
I think Katy Perry was wrong.
Okay, defend your point. Go ahead.
He explicitly said moments before this happened that he was trying to save this, something special that, in his eyes, something special, and she robbed him of that opportunity. And someone of being in power, this is definitely Me Too criteria. Definite, beyond a shadow of a doubt. She should have known better. She's in a position of power. She can make or break this kid's career. And she did this. And he explicitly expressed his feelings on the subject before it happened.
Next.
Look, guys, we're gonna peel back the curtain here. We're gonna keep it real for a moment, okay? This wasn't the lunch lady that kissed him, okay? This wasn't one of his mom's friends that planted a cheap kiss on his cheek or his mouth or whatever.
Wasn't even Harvey Weinstein.
This is freaking Katy Perry, guys. Okay, and listen here, all of our straight male listeners out there, and even some of the others, I'm sure, you would gladly trade years off your life to get a kiss with Katy Perry. We all know this is true. And like Lee said, this guy is all nonsense. He's fallen to the ground. It looks like a Three Stooges skit, after he gets kissed by come on, guy. You are the luckiest, one of the luckiest people on the planet now, okay? You, along with Russell Brand and John Mayer and Riff Raff and okay, whatever. You're one of the lucky people that got to kiss Katy Perry. Now, guys, this is people's dreams right here. This is better than making the cut on American Idol, John, because let's be honest. Look at this guy. He's goofy. He wasn't going to make the cut.
Clay Aiken.
Well,
that's all I'm saying about that.
Well, that's 1 in a million. This guy here, this is the greatest moment in his life. And yeah, he's downplaying it, of course, because his parents are probably religious and probably going to be upset at him. But hey, kid, guess what? Katy Perry started off as a religious singer a long time ago. So you got to take this moment. It's not a Me Too moment. It's a why didn't it happen to Me Too David moment, okay? Because I gladly would have taken the kiss. I gladly would have just moved on with it. This guy, he's a baby. He's obviously a millennial. He's crying about everything. Son, grow up. Face the facts. You loved it. It was the best moment of your life. Get out of here. It's not a Me Too movement. It's your best moment of your life, and you shouldn't be complaining about it. And I applaud Katy Perry. Good decision. You made this guy a man. We should actually applaud her as well. She's done great things for this country, and I agree with Katy Perry.
He's just trying to roar is what he's doing.
There you go.
Well, you're supposed to.
That's
who's to blame. There you go. Wrap it up.
Oh, wait. I'm not ready. What, do you have final comments,
No,
Lee?
of course not.
All right.
Tell me who's to blame. Won't tell me who's to blame.
All right.
Who's to blame?
Who's to blame? Not Katy Perry. Not Katy Perry in
Yes,
this instance.
definitely.
No, not Katy Perry. All right. So
I wish we would have picked Katy Perry.
We can do another one
Next
Lee.
week.
Next week. Because, Lee knows he'll get toasted. I could argue either one of that as well. All right, so there you go. That's a lot of people are honestly, people are upset about this. Grow up. I mean, what are we doing here? Can we reserve the Me Too movements for like real Me Too movements where women have been actually sexually assaulted, harassed?
Wait, who's calling out a Me Too movement?
That's what the whole article's about. Everyone, man. This is from your favorite website, HuffingtonPost.com. That Lee's got that
He
bookmark.
literally hashtagged himself on Twitter with Me Too and a little coin.
I mean, what are you doing, kid? This is stupid.
I feel like that's fake news.
No, it's not.
You're making that part up.
Okay.
I mean, if I was American Idol, I'd be trying to pull out stunts like this to get in the headlines too, because nobody watches that show.
John, would you have taken a kiss from Paula Abdul if you don't know this or not? John actually tried out for American Idol.
I did try out for American Idol,
and he almost made the first cut. Came close, but if you'd have went to the second or third cut and Paula Abdul's like, "Come over here and give me a kiss," she'd be like, "Nah, I'm out, man."
No, I'd be on that like white on rice
What
on a
about
paper
right
plate.
now?
And
Would you do it now?
I'm sure I would.
Oh my
Wow,
God.
it's Robin in the chat tonight.
Yes, she is.
She'd be okay with it.
She knows what's up.
It's just a kiss, baby.
Oh my God.
Wow. That's a drop and a half right there. She knows what's up, baby.
All right, real quick before we get to Dear John, have you seen this Trump and Trudeau situation? We love talking about Trudeau. He's the Prime Minister of Canada. Trump met with Mr. Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, and they were talking about the trade deficit. And Trump made up facts about the trading between the two countries. Okay, he made it up which probably happens in meetings all the time, right? These guys getting, business guys, they're all talking out of the back of their neck or whatever. You know what the problem?
Neck.
You know the problem with him? He's bragging about it now to his people, saying, "Yeah, man, I totally made all that up. I'm the best." I mean, are you kidding right now? Like, people always ask me, what do I think about Trump? Constantly. I don't know. They just ask me. At this point, the guy's a bonehead. Okay, like.
At this point?
This
was the straw?
No, it goes
right here?
No, it goes weeks back. But, this guy, it would be best for us if he just left, man. You can't, John.
No, I agree. Okay. I agree.
Lee, are you not, this is insane, right? Dude.
Yes, it's insane. Everything the man does or says is insane.
You lied.
I have been saying that for a year plus, and y'all guys are like, "Nah, we need to give him a chance, man." He brags about lying, and he's really good at it. I'll give him that. He's got half the country.
This is to another world leader, man. This is to like a world leader, bro. This isn't even to like you lied to the voters. You're lying to a guy in the middle.
Is that better or worse? I'm confused.
It's bad, man.
It's real bad.
Admitting that he lied, that's probably even worse.
Yes, but the problem is he had to because they cornered him on
in trade deficit talks, man. This isn't like you're lying about what you had for dinner last night, man. He's making up facts about trade. And Justin Trudeau just like, yeah, I guess it's true. He said it. That's even worse. What are you doing? Are these the leaders of our free countries? Are these literally the people in charge? Trudeau's a dope. Trump's a dope. I said they're both dopes. They need their own reality show. I'd love to watch that. Trump and Trudeau, man. It's those guys going around the country, hanging out in a van. Would that be a good show? You'd watch
call
that,
it Who's
right?
to Lame.
I probably would watch
That'd be the greatest show of all
Only if it was
time.
done like South Park style. Is that the one where they Clarence and Thomas or whatever?
Oh,
Clarence and Phillip. Terrence and Phillip.
I'm
whatever.
serious, man. I think this show would be hot stuff, man. Those two just on a couple-week tour across United States and Canada and go. So Robin, to jump back, said she has a list of celebrities she can make out with as well. So,
right. So we have, is Paula Abdul your number one list person?
Oh, no.
Give us your number one. We know
number one.
Robin is Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth's her number one.
I
is that yours too?
No.
Are you sure?
Oh, wow.
I'd keep it in the same vein and go with some ScarJo.
See episode 77 for the answer.
ScarJo.
Go ahead.
Who's ScarJo?
No, you said it's Chris Hemsworth, his pick. I said.
See episode 77 for that answer.
All right, so who's your
I said I'd keep
pick?
it in the same superhero vein and go with some ScarJo.
Scarlett Johansson, okay? So,
okay, yeah, that's
so
a good
this is
one.
legit between you and your wife. Like she would not would no.
I think it's called the Hall Pass, isn't it?
No one would believe that
but
John
it's
made
Mormon,
up.
so it's just kissing.
Yeah, well, that's to them it might be #disappointed on screen. So
Anyway, so yeah.
So
Scarlett
ScarJo,
Johansson.
ScarJo would be how I'm on, but I would have to go with that. I'll go with Gal Gadot these days.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one, yeah.
That's a
So,
very good one.
As the joke always goes, my celebrity makeout list number one is The Babysitter. Ayo. Aim low.
God. Yeah, let us know who'd be your top pick for your make-out celebrity hall pass or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, just remember Scarlett Johansson's.
When did we start calling Scarlett Johansson ScarJo?
That's her nickname.
That's been
Since when?
For a while.
For a while, yeah.
I don't
I
like
guess
it.
the first Avengers movie.
All right. Well,
it's
anyway.
kind of an ugly nickname.
Yeah, well, that's her nickname. I mean,
All I can think is like Carlito's Way, you know, like she's playing pool and she like breaks the stick off in someone's eyeball or something.
ScarJo? I don't know what you're talking about. All right, well, let's let's get ready to be disappointed because we have everyone's favorite segment. It's where John gives advice to the public. We call it Dear John.
Dear John, dear John, by the time you read these lines, I'll be gone.
All right, so Lee has some advice here. A listener sent us an email. They need some advice. So what happens every week is John gives advice and the internet loses its mind. Specifically, we can point to Jason in the chat who is was
He's
not
getting that mute button ready.
He was not happy with episode 77.
But anyway, just
There's a lot of people that weren't happy with episode 77.
apparently. So all right, so Lee's going to go ahead and read it. We're going to get going and John's going to give advice. Here we go.
This one comes in. Dear John, I go to the gym regularly. Part of my membership includes a free guest pass. Working out with others can be much more fun and a really good motivator. I have a friend who has taken me up on my offer to join me at the gym. She goes with me 2 to 4 times a week. Initially, I made the offer to get her going. Never in a million years did I think she'd still be piggybacking off my membership all these months later. Now that it has become routine, I feel bad saying anything to her. Should I suggest she get her own membership? Or must I just own this since I invited her along in the first place without clear and obvious boundaries from working out at the gym?
Well, I mean, if you clearly don't want her working out with you anymore, I mean, it seems like that program, they have to be with you at the same time. And what if your schedule was happened to change and it wasn't good for her? Then that'd be one thing that you could do. But I mean, it would be an awkward conversation. So I mean, if you want to avoid that conversation, then just change your workout schedule.
Is that really your advice to them?
That's it.
Switch gyms.
I didn't say switch gyms.
Your advice
your job so you can work out earlier.
is to literally change your schedule around where you can dodge this person and never be honest with them about what if they go, well, no, I can make that too. I'm good on that one.
I'm good. I'm going to need
All right,
that
now
guest pass. I'm going to need that guest pass.
Now what do you do, John? John, most of your
I
advice.
mean, eventually, I mean, yeah, you're gonna. Have
Do you
to
just run
complain,
away
but
from most of your problems? Like you're just like, hey,
most
man.
people do, I believe.
Is it? I mean, it's not acceptable, obviously. Is it acceptable for this person to keep using the pass when they've never been told they can't use the
All
pass?
right, well, we heard John's advice.
I'm asking John. No, I mean, it's.
John-
I mean,
Dodge.
the person didn't make it clear that it was just. I mean, probably the way they presented it probably sounded like it was an open invitation, especially if they're talking about being workout buddies. That's the way they started the comment, the letter.
I know. That's what I want someone. So, like, what else is he going to do with this guest pass?
It's a she, but
What else is she going to do with this guest pass?
I mean, maybe she's got other friends she wants to invite, or I think it's not said, but I think they're getting annoyed by this person. Maybe they're out working.
That was my point. There's a deeper undercurrent here.
Yeah.
Because if you have to be there with the person when they use the guest pass, and you can only bring one person, then it would be easy to go, oh, I have this other person that wants to go
That's
work
true.
out, so you have to get your own, like you can still be here, but you have to buy your own gym membership now.
Why don't you just be honest and just go, hey, maybe you should go buy a gym membership because I initially meant for this just to be, a temporary
No.
thing.
Hold on a second. I disagree with that because if you have a friend you're working out at the gym and you're buying one and they get it for free,
Well, apparently they're not a real friend. I mean, it sounds like they're not. They're heading off the friendship path is what it seems like to me because sometimes a friend can do something that annoys you, and it's hard sometimes to say, "Hey, I need you to stop doing that," because it's tough.
It is, yeah, it's an awkward conversation.
But you got to have that conversation if this is your real friend because they'll understand. Just say, "Hey, buy your own," and then we can go whenever we want, or just say, "I feel more comfortable working out by myself." I think you just need to be honest with them. And not mean, but just be honest and just say I'd prefer to work out by myself, whatever. Instead of changing my gym time I go
Dodge
to the
'em.
gym. I mean, my God.
You need to get a lawyer. Delete your Facebook and hit the gym.
All right, so John's advice, change your schedule up and just dodge them for the rest of the days. All right, so there we go. All right, so we got that out of the way. There's advice. If you want to give us advice, send us a message on Twitter, Facebook, or email us at bybpod@gmail.com. We'll answer those questions. Now we go to another favorite segment. We feature selfies in the Blame Your Selfie segment.
Honestly, when I first started doing this show, you said you have to take selfies of yourself.
You've got
put it
to
on the Blame
clean
Yourself.
this.
And I literally thought you were insane. I was like, why would anyone take a selfie of themselves? Your drop is lame. Your drop is lame.
There we go. It's time for Blame Your
drop is
Selfie.
lame. Can you just not?
No, they don't.
Can you get
I
a better
love it.
drop?
No, that's good.
Can you like add some like
the people
squeaking to? Can you like? You know, like make it go like,
don't want it to be
why
3 minutes.
Why would anyone? Why
No,
would anyone
no.
ever take a
Twitter
selfie of
poll.
themselves?
Leave it like it is.
Yeah, there we go.
We're
Twitter-
changing.
There we go.
I mean, I'm all for using my voice in the drop. Just make it cool,
Well,
okay? Because like,
Well,
just
I mean, if
plain-
we're gonna have your voice.
the obvious insults.
Let's get to the selfies. Every week we ask our listeners to take selfies of themselves in the hashtag Blame Your Selfie segment. Just use that hashtag on Twitter. We'll feature you. This first one, it's a thing of beauty. This week's edition of Blame Your Selfie, it's going to be hot stuff, man, because we got the starting bid by Michael Anthony, okay? So Michael Anthony is a big fan of Melanie Layden of News Channel 4. He's tweeted about her a lot. So apparently he made his way out to Nashville this week, and he took a selfie with Melanie Layden and Holly Thompson of News 4. And so that starts off this week's Blame. So what do you think about that, man? That's a pretty epic moment there, John.
Way to go, Michael.
Way to go.
What follow those dreams?
Way to go, man. All right, so that's our first Blame Your Selfie. Second one comes to us from Katy, a.k.a. Ball Pit Gangster. You go follow her at ballpit_gangsta. And it says, when you're a tunnel snake, but the dog needs to go for a walk. Hashtag Fallout, hashtag Fallout 3, hashtag Tunnel Snake Rules, hashtag Blame Your Selfie. And she is obviously playing the Fallout 3. And fun game, fun series. I love Fallout, and we're glad to see Katy back with us. About to, go walk the dog in a dark condition and maybe snipe somebody or whatever they do in Fallout. I don't know what the terms are. All right, here we go. This is Marlon, aka Half Pints Point, who does articles for us on the BlameYourBrother.net. And today he got to hang out with the guys from the Midday 180, and he got to hang out at Party Foul National. I want to real quick address something here.
Make it quick because you're running out of time.
All right, we'll get to it later then. I just say shots have been fired by Paul Kaharski at me, and that's why.
Lord.
So,
just you, not the show.
No, he called me
who cares?
Simple. Okay, here's John Tortorello at the Wax Museum, and it says, "You just called to say what? Can't hear you. Blame the reception. Hashtag blame yourself." That's John with
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder doing a little what song? Superstitious.
It's not really Stevie Wonder.
I just called to say hello.
Here's another one.
Never mind.
John Tortorello says, all right, you're the boss. Hashtag blame your selfie. Blame Bruce Springsteen. So here he is with a young Bruce Springsteen at the Madame Tussauds Wax Factory.
I mean,
let us know
it's not even posting pictures. It's like creating a scene, like playing the piano, jumping back from the table. It's like acting.
Oh, Jason Steen says hashtag lame.
He must be talking about Paul Kaharski, obviously.
Yeah, sure. All right, this is Squeaky Ha Ha Simpson out of Kentucky. He said, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
Wonderful.
Hashtag wine, like drinking wine, having a good old big and rich time. Hashtag March Madness.
What's up with the whole game?
You know that. She got all of us. Hashtag Go Cats, and there she is. She's at her cubicle, and thanks for submitting your selfie. Here's Michael again. Michael Anthony said, this is me with a group of singers called the Milkmen.
What kind of music do you think they do?
I'm hoping barbershop quartet.
Like, give us a little sample of a song of theirs, John.
I couldn't.
Where's the milk? Where's the milk? Where's the milk?
Quartet.
Here we go, Mr. Sandman, give me a dream. You're supposed to go, ba 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 ba. Make him the sweetest. Oh, whatever. Make him. Oh no. Okay. Michael Anthony. All right, this is Adam Cox all the way from Wales, the UK. He got his Blame Your Brother shirt today. He says, thank you from your UK friend. Hashtag blame yourself. He's looking fantastic in that new Blame Your Brother shirt. So make sure he always represents us on Facebook, everywhere. So he at least deserved a shirt. So we sent that to him, special courtesy of the show. And it looks great on you, man. So we expect to see you out in the streets of the UK world showing us off for everyone. All right. Do we have any? Yeah, we had another one. Jarrett Nicholson was wearing
his was blame your backwards selfie.
Oh, okay. That's when you don't tag it correctly. It doesn't show up in the feed.
Well, he showed up wearing his Blame Your Brother shirt at the gym, so maybe it was him.
Yeah, we did see it earlier.
Maybe it was him that sent the email in. It never did say it was a woman. Maybe Jarrett invited someone to go gym with him. It's not working out.
Probably it.
He probably had a girl, and
who's to say?
He already hit it and quit it. So.
Oh my God!
Wow, just locker talk, people. No problem here. Drop it. Next drop, please. No misogyny alert.
Oh, my God.
Let's go directly.
Misogyny alert.
Couldn't let the show go without one.
Misogyny alert.
John.
Hit it and quit it.
That might be a key right there. I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, it's time for our Major Key segment. We love DJ Khaled, and we have a segment all about him.
So let me give you a major key.
We the best.
Where is the key?
Music.
Podcast.
I want the key. Give us the keys. So let me give you a major key.
And you really do have the key.
Everybody stand up right now. Everybody. I got the keys now.
All right, every week we take a life lesson from the show. We put it up. We call it a Major Key, inspired by DJ Khaled. We sampled that from him. And so we are at that point where we need to decide what is the major key of the week. Lee, what you got?
We got don't pick up the kendo stick or hit it and quit it.
What was the one you had from earlier in the show?
That's don't pick up a kendo stick.
Oh.
Yeah. So which one do you like, John? We're going to let you pick since they were both your pearls of wisdom tonight.
Let's go hit it and quit it.
Oh, my God.
Everybody stand up right now. Everybody. I got the keys now.
We got
remix.
We got the misogyny alert.
All right, there we go. That was major key of the way. I don't know why hit it and quit it is the major key, but hey, man, there you go. That is endorsed by John Tortorello, who said hit it and quit it. So, all right, guys. So we've come up to the end of the episode. We were going to play Memory of the Week, but we ran out of time. Michael, we'll get you next week, brother. Send that in. We'll get that next week for you. We've come to the end of the show, so what we encourage you to do is go check out blameyourbrother.net. That's a website where you can get articles about the MCU, TV shows from Adam, who is also a columnist. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier or not, but yeah, they write great articles, and then you can get all the past episodes. We've got social media links such as YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can go follow us there, get social with us. All the ways to grab the podcast. If you're buying crap on Amazon, use the Amazon affiliate link on the page. It supports the show. It doesn't cost you any extra. You can get you one of those Blame Your Brother shirts you saw Adam wearing. Hey, man, just click on the link. There's a bunch of options. You can even get a misogyny alert shirt. There's tons of options up there. Thanks to RadioVegas.rocks for streaming us on their platform. Go get the app, the Radio Vegas Rocks app, or go check them out on the web at RadioVegas.rocks. And also, if you want to email the show, you can do that. There's a link on there. You can send anonymous any email you can make up. It's all good. Doesn't matter what it is. Or you can just email us about the show and even leave a voicemail from that side link on the website. So I think we've come up to the end of the show. Lee, anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
Burn this. I'm sorry?
This must never be seen by anyone.
You want me to play it again?
Has anybody seen this?
Nobody has seen this.
They have to be found and talked to.